Welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the complex world of narcissism, exposing the subtle and overt ways it shapes everyday interactions. You've been asking for this topic, and I've dropped hints in previous videos, but today, we're going all in. We're exploring the bizarre cooking habits of narcissists unsettling behaviors that reveal their relentless need for control, validation, and dominance, all played out in the kitchen. These aren't just quirky quirks, they're calculated tactics that manipulate, diminish, and destabilize those around them, often leaving emotional scars. Food, a universal source of comfort, becomes a battleground for power. So, grab a seat, and let's unpack these peculiar patterns that turn meals into moments of control. Ready? Let's dig in. Point 1. Uneven food distribution. Claiming the best. Leaving the rest. Narcissists have an uncanny ability to ensure they always get the best of everything, and the dinner table is no exception. The first habit, uneven food distribution, is a stark display of their self-centered nature. Picture a cozy family dinner. The narcissist serves themselves first, piling their plate with the juiciest cuts of steak, the freshest vegetables, or the largest slice of pie. What's left for you? The overcooked edges, the smallest portions, or sometimes nothing at all. If there are leftovers in the fridge, they'll claim their favorite items, leaving you with the less desirable scraps or an empty container. This behavior goes beyond portions. It's about asserting dominance through every detail. They might meticulously control condiments, ensuring their plate is perfect light on sauce to keep their appearance pristine, while drowning your portion in sauce or giving you the least appealing pieces. If you're the one cooking, prepare for their critical gaze. They'll hover over your shoulder, nitpicking every step. Too much salt, not enough spices if your efforts are inherently flawed. In some cases, they'll wait until you've finished eating before touching their meal, as if to emphasize their superiority, dining on their own terms. This isn't about hunger, it's about power. The message is unmistakable. Their needs trump yours, and you're lucky to get whatever's left. This habit sets the tone for a dynamic where you're perpetually second place, your preferences an afterthought in their carefully curated world. 2. Cooking for applause. A theatrical quest for praise for a narcissist. The kitchen isn't just a place to cook, it's a stage for their ego. Cooking becomes a performance, a spectacle designed to garner admiration. Whether the dish is a culinary masterpiece or a mediocre attempt, they crave an audience to marvel at their skills, and they'll go to great lengths to get it. If no one's around to applaud, they'll find someone calling a friend, inviting a distant cousin, or posting photos of their meal online, fishing for compliments. It's not about the food's quality, it's about the validation it brings. This need for praise turns meals into theatrical events. At a restaurant, they might order an extravagant dish not to enjoy it, but to draw attention. They'll revel in the spotlight, expecting all eyes on them as they take their first bite, only to leave half the plate untouched, as if the act of ordering was the real goal. At home, if you don't shower them with compliments, expect a backlash. You're ungrateful, they'll claim, for not recognizing their culinary genius. This behavior stems from their insatiable need for external validation, where every meal is a bid for applause, and you're cast as the adoring audience, expected to clap on cue. Failure to do so risks their wrath, turning a simple dinner into a high-stakes performance. Point 3. Punishing through food. A cruel culinary weapon. Food, a symbol of care and nourishment, becomes a weapon in the narcissist's hands when they choose to punish. This habit is particularly insidious, twisting something comforting into a tool of control and humiliation. If they're upset with you, they might serve you leftovers that are days old, borderline spoiled, and expect you to eat them without complaint. If you're cooking, they'll criticize every move, too slow, too sloppy, while offering no help, making you feel inadequate. For those trying to eat healthily, the narcissist might mock your diet, waving forbidden treats in your face, only to shame you if you give in. The punishment doesn't stop there. They might indulge in a lavish dessert after lecturing you about discipline, flaunting their treat while you're left feeling deprived. Or they'll complain about the burden of watching you eat, turning your meals into a source of guilt. This isn't accidental. It's a deliberate strategy to make you feel small, unworthy, or dependent on their approval. By controlling what you eat and how you're allowed to enjoy it, they wield food as a psychological weapon, ensuring you feel the sting of their displeasure. This habit reveals their ability to transform something as universal as food into a means of emotional abuse, leaving you questioning your worth with every bite. Point for future faking with food. Promises that vanish like smoke. Future faking, a hallmark of narcissistic manipulation, finds its way into the kitchen through unfulfilled culinary promises. Imagine craving a specific dish, maybe a favorite dessert or a special meal, and the narcissist assures you they'll make it or pick it up for you. Just wait, they say, I'll get to it. But the dessert never appears. The meal never materializes. You ask for fresh fruit, and they nod, promising to grab some, only to return empty-handed with a casual "I forgot," or "maybe next time." Or they'll hype up a grand dinner, even bragging about it to others, only for the plan to fizzle out without explanation. This habit is about more than forgetfulness. It's about control through expectation. By dangling the promise of food, they keep you hopeful, compliant, and tethered to their whims. When you question them, they dismiss you, making you feel unreasonable for expecting them to follow through. This mirrors their broader pattern of making grand promises, whether about meals, plans, or affection, only to withhold delivery, leaving you doubting your right to expect anything at all. The unfulfilled promise becomes a silent leash, keeping you waiting for a reward that never comes, all while reinforcing their power over your emotions. 5. Secret meal sabotage. Undermining with malice. Perhaps the most devious habit is the narcissist's tendency to sabotage your meals, often with a smile that masks their intent. This can range from subtle to overt, accidental to deliberate, but the result is always the same. You're left humiliated, betrayed, or even physically unwell. At a restaurant, they might whisper a cutting remark just as you take a bite, souring your enjoyment, or they'll tamper with your food, adding hot sauce when you can't handle spice, extra salt when you're watching sodium, or something that could make you sick. The betrayal hits hard because it's unexpected, catching you in a moment of vulnerability when you least expect it. In the kitchen, sabotage takes many forms. They might adjust the oven temperature to ruin your baking, then blame you for the burnt results. They could remove a key ingredient from your recipe, ensuring failure, or criticize your cooking as subpar when they've caused the problem. Some cases they'll promise to bring home takeout but forget your portion, leaving you with scraps or nothing at all. Whether driven by spite, a need to assert dominance, or sheer indifference, this sabotage is a silent attack designed to undermine your confidence and keep you off balance. The narcissist may feign innocence or even take pleasure in your frustration, knowing they've ruined your moment while maintaining plausible deniability. The bottom line, a recipe for control. At the heart of these bizarre cooking habits lies a single truth. For a narcissist, food is about control. The kitchen becomes a microcosm of their need to dominate every aspect of their environment. They control who gets the best portion, how the food is prepared, and how you're allowed to respond to it. They dictate the terms of every meal, ensuring they remain the center of attention and power. Whether they love cooking or avoid it entirely, they demand to be in charge, and any challenge to this dynamic is seen as a threat. These habits reveal the narcissist's deeper need to orchestrate their world, ensuring their superiority while diminishing those around them. Food, something meant to nourish and connect, becomes a tool for manipulation, a way to reinforce their dominance and keep you in your place. Recognizing these patterns is the first step to reclaiming your autonomy. Whether in the kitchen or beyond, you deserve to enjoy meals without fear, criticism, or sabotage. You deserve to sit at a table where your needs matter, where your voice is heard, and where food is a source of joy, not control. If these behaviors resonate with you, know that you're not alone. These tactics thrive in silence, but awareness is the key to breaking free. Share your experiences in the comments, reach out with questions, or connect with a trusted friend or professional to navigate these dynamics. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the narcissist's kitchen. Let's keep the conversation going, and I'll see you in the next video.